Today is Monday, April 20th, 2026. Welcome to episode 2 of I Might Know Ball. I am your host, Connor Boyd, and I am joined, as always, by the wizard, Billy Nayden. Billy, how are you today, my friend?
Connor, the Knicks are up 1-0, and that's all I care about. And we better go up 2-0, or I'm going to be very upset.
Oh, my God. You're a Knicks fan? I couldn't really...
I care a little bit.
Okay.
I would say that is something that I'm interested in. I would say that that's something I'm passionate about. I would say the New York Knicks winning the NBA title is the single thing I want most in the world.
Okay.
So yes, Connor, I care a little bit.
A little bit. And would you care enough to go to the game, something like that?
I may have attended on Saturday.
Whoa! Wow.
I may have attended the game. I may have had a couple adult beverages. I may have had some fun. I may have said some choice words about the Atlanta Hawks.
Ooh.
And you know what? I want 15 more wins and the Knicks to win the NBA title. I'm ready for New York City to explode a la Independence Day. Let's go, Knicks. Let's win the whole goddamn thing.
I love it. How was the energy in Madison Square Garden with the Knicks going off in the first couple minutes of the game? I mean, I couldn't believe, honestly, the Hawks too. It was a back and forth shootout at the beginning.
It was electric because, as any longtime Knicks fan knows, 2021, the Knicks play the Hawks in the playoffs. It's our first playoff series in a long time where Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, and a bunch of guys who are not in the league anymore, and we got dog walked by Trae Young, and that has made him enemy number one in this city. Even if he is no longer on the Hawks, this feels like a revenge series. This feels like something that can kind of cleanse the Knicks of past wrongs, and I'm very, very excited to hopefully beat the Hawks.
Yeah, man. I mean, I got to say, watching that first game, it was like, wow, this was like last year's Knicks, but like they've gone to the dojo and trained for months, and like they've really just, this team has coagulated and stayed together and molded into something that is truly impressive to watch. The depth off the bench is really impressive to watch. They're all scrappy. They're all playing hard. Cat is drawing a lot fewer obnoxious fouls, I've noticed. Like a lot of the things that were big problems, the hack-a-Mitch thing is years old now. I mean, like, he's getting 1 out of 2 now instead of just like being a free, 0 points. So it's starting to really look good. And Jalen Brunson is in his absolute white hot prime right now. I mean, it's unreal.
Jalen Brunson has, I believe, the most 35 plus point games in the playoffs since he's been on the Knicks by a wide margin of anyone in the NBA. And so the idea that this team could finally coalesce and finally come together and be a real factor in this year's NBA playoffs, I'm not there yet. I'm not quite ready to say we'll beat the Celtics.
Right.
We'll beat the Thunder. We'll beat,
Spurs, maybe.
Spurs.
Yeah.
But I like this Knicks team. I like where this is going. And I think this is a team that will grow into the playoffs. And I think we're going to see some wrinkles out of this series, hopefully out of the next series, where you're going to see this team start to really put together a lot of the chemistry things that we've looked at, like the Brunson Cat pick and roll. We haven't seen that game yet. But I think we're going to get a game where there's 4 or 5 plays where they have this unstoppable pick and roll that is able to get the Knicks, 10, 12 extra points. That's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
I see a world where we have a Mikal Bridges game. It could be tonight. He gets going early. He puts up 25 to 30 points. He plays great defense. And we look up one day and we say, hey, wait a second. Maybe those 5 first-round picks were worth it.
But yeah.
Maybe he really is that good a player.
Yeah.
And so I think there's little things that have to swing right for the Knicks in order for them to be real factors. But I think we saw a lot on Saturday night that is really likable about this team. And I do think they're going to get out of the first round against Atlanta.
There's a preparedness, there's a hunger, there's a grittiness. It is a team that is ready to seize the W, seize the opportunity for a win the moment it presents itself. They're not going to let up. They're relentless. They have their game. They know they're a fourth quarter team, all that stuff. You know, like the Hawks were down and everyone in the booth was like, well, this is going to be some task for the Hawks because the Knicks are so good in the fourth quarter. I mean, they have their identity. They have all the pieces. And yeah, it's a pretty like intimidating playoffs for sure.
I think a really underrated quality in NBA teams is the ability to manage stamina. I think people underrate how hard it is to play 48 minutes of high intensity basketball. And it takes veteran experience where most guys coming into the NBA have never played against someone as good as them in their entire life. Not in high school, not in college. Like, it literally takes to them being pro guys before they understand to play against a true equal. And so I think having this veteran team that's played together, that has chemistry together, that clearly gets along is going to matter deep in the playoffs. And I think, quite frankly, we brought it up on episode 1, but like, you look at Detroit, right? They are not that same team. They're not that same like coalesced, friendly, really high chemistry group. And so I think if you look at the Knicks, and I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but if we could get past Atlanta and you play a Celtics team that you literally beat last season, you are better, they are worse.
Literally.
You are looking at potentially a Detroit team who doesn't have that same chemistry, that same veteran presence.
I mean, if Detroit advances, they drop the first game against the Magic.
I want to talk about that.
Let's talk about it. Talk about it.
I think the Magic, the fun part of this is like the Magic have not been healthy all season. And like there's something to be said for that. Like we just talked about chemistry. You're not building that chemistry over the course of the regular season if you're not healthy. But the Magic that we saw on, what was it, Sunday night?
Yep.
Is decidedly the team that we thought we'd see all season. That talent on that team is a lot better than an 8 seed.
So break that down for me. What kind of talent do they have? What are the key players?
Well, you have Paolo Banchero, who's a star. You have Jalen Suggs, who's a great player. But getting a guy like Franz Wagner back is a big game changer for that team. And I think you saw it against Detroit, who is a physical bully ball kind of team. They were not able to bully the Magic. The Magic played really tough basketball where they were able to out physical Detroit. And that's why they led the entire fourth quarter. That is so demoralizing as a player to have the clutch moment, the end of the game where you're supposed to step up. And this team came in and beat you on your home floor in front of your home fans and did it wire to wire.
And you're a first seed.
You're the 1 seed. That's gotta, like, you have to have some doubt creep in. And basketball, that's such an individual sport.
Momentum
mentality. Like, the doubts creeping in. Like, am I as good as I've been all season? These are going to be problems for Detroit. And that's why I flagged to you early on. This core has never won a playoff series. And so I'm very interested to see kind of how this progresses, because I do think they're going to beat the Magic, but I think it's going to be tough. And in contrast, I think Atlanta's a better team than the Magic and has been all season. I think the Knicks are going to make them look worse. And I think it has to do with being veteran and being kind of this squad that knows how to play together, knows how to play in the playoffs, and knows how to especially manage that stamina over 48 minutes where you know when to push the gas and you know when to say, hey, I need to take this possession off, or I need a break, or I need to manage my minutes, whatever it is. Like, I think that is going to be a huge differentiator between the Knicks and the Pistons in this playoffs.
We'll get back to the rest of the playoffs, but it is worth mentioning. It was news as of an hour or so ago. Victor Wembanyama, the youngest person to ever win Defensive Player of the Year and the first ever NBA player to win Defensive Player of the Year unanimously. That's a crazy statement. That's a crazy sentence. His career seems to be haunted by sentences of such craziness. Let's read some stats here. Blocks per game, we're looking at 3. It's actually less than what he had in his previous 2 seasons, and he wins DPOY. Steals per game, 166 total. Defensive rebounds per game, 9.47. Total rebounds per game, 11.5. Yeah, just absolutely ridiculous. He said the biggest challenge was just playing the 65 games to qualify for the award. Speaking of energy management, kind of a masterclass of that. The fact that he squeaked by.
That's going to be the story of his career. If this guy can stay on the court, he's going to be great. He's going to be generational.
Yeah.
He's going to set records and do things that like we can't even fathom. But the reality is that 7'5" and having his body type, like there's not really a lot of guys we've ever seen in any sport athletically who are able to have longevity and be that big.
The thing that is so crazy about him is that there isn't really like a major flaw in his game anywhere. His long range, his handles, his close range, his kind of IQ as a playmaker, everything, the load management, all of that. The guy's set up to be kind of a flawless, sort of dream player. It's unlike anything we've seen in really any sport. It's maybe baseball is the only comparable one with Ohtani or something like that, but really, he's called an alien. He's called a freak for a reason.
The last time we saw a prospect of this level was LeBron James.
Yeah, 100%.
That is the last con.
100%.
Like, we are talking about a guy who is as good as anyone in the past 25 years.
Yeah.
And the question is, will he be able to stay on the court?
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That is it. If he's on the court, he is the best defender in the league. He is virtually unguardable. The only like he's shooting.
It's a different league. Yeah.
Almost every time because he's so big.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a guy who is skinny and gets 12 rebounds a game, no problem. Like, you're talking about a guy who has as quick of hands as maybe like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green type player, right? Who is actually that active and good as an on-ball defender where he could take it from you stealing.
Yeah.
Like, we've never seen a player like this. This is Kevin Durant, who is a better defender and 6 inches taller. That's what we're looking at.
That is crazy.
That
is crazy.
We have not seen a prospect like this in over 20 years. And it will be over 20 years until we see another one, is my guess.
And he's not even a prospect. The guy's done it. I mean, it's like the mentality is the other hugely intimidating thing. You watch him with media. You watch how he talks, how he answers the questions. They asked him, like, would you be surprised if you weren't the unanimous Defensive Player of the Year? And he thinks about it for like 5 seconds, which is not like, I don't know. In media, you don't see people actually think about their answers before they like just blurt something out. And he's like, yeah, I would be surprised. And everyone's going to say, oh, he's so cocky. He's this and that. No, it's the Tiger Woods interview. He's like, yeah, I want to win. I want to win it all. I want what I want. And he can do it. He can do it. He can back it up.
Here's the 2 things that really stand out to me about Victor Wembanyama, and none of them are his athletic ability. None of them. Number 1, the guy actively reads books. Talk to anyone you know where he's like in that early 20s age. They're not reading books.
And that's like a French thing too. French, they like to read.
But he's like in it. He's
Americans don't read a lot.
He's actively reading books on the road when all his peers are watching Netflix and at the club and on TikTok and whatever. He is reading books. He's a true intellectual.
Yeah.
Right? And then the second part of it, look at the respect he has for veterans in this.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Look at the way he talks to Durant and Westbrook and LeBron and Curry.
Did you see what he said about Tim Duncan being in the practices and things like that? It's like, no, it's not pressure. It's a relief to have like guidance. I mean, that's brilliant.
He is a student of this game who really buys into what greatness looks like in the NBA and is obsessed with it. That we haven't seen that in so long.
And he's got a look too. He's got a real look. He's got like a hawkish sort of serious face at times. You know, he looks like a fucking superhero. I mean, he is going to be the face of the league. I mean, 100%.
As long as that guy's feet and knees hold up,
right,
he is going to be the face of the league. He's going to be the best international basketball player of all time. And I think in the next Olympics in LA, France is going to be a problem and be a contender for the gold medal.
Oh, I 100% agree with that.
He's going
to get his revenge. He's going to get his revenge. He was bothered by losing that.
Very clearly.
Very obviously wasn't chill with that. I believe he was also the first player with 35 points, and I want to say it was either 3 or 5. Might have been 5 3-points made in his first ever playoff appearance. So another thing no one's ever done, he did that.
So, couple things there. Number one, they smoked them.
Yeah.
I mean, they balled out, and like they are going to
that game, the Celtics game, the OKC game, they were all blowouts. Basically.
Not competitive.
Yeah.
I have a very spicy take here. The San Antonio Spurs opening round playoff T-shirt setup is the greatest playoff T-shirt setup in the history of NBA basketball. The Fiesta colors by section, absolutely beautiful. Well done, San Antonio.
You love that as a former Tejas resident.
Man, I love that as an NBA fan in general.
Yeah.
The NBA playoff T-shirt is one of the most important cultural icons that we have as Americans. And to see them do it so beautifully, just incredible. Love to see it. Love to see it out of a San Antonio franchise that just unbelievably successful.
Yeah.
All these small market teams, they talk about,
it's incredible.
It is incredible what they've done. And I think they're going to get it again.
How many runs have they had? They've had multiple runs, haven't they?
Well, they've kind of had they had 2 with David Robinson, and then they had 3 with Tim Duncan and Manu and Tony Parker, and they should have had more with Kawhi if he had stayed.
Right.
Because if you remember the final one with Duncan, Kawhi was the finals MVP, and then they wandered in the wilderness a little bit, but this team now, I picked them to win the finals.
I still believe that. Good. And speaking of your predictions, you predicted that the Lakers might be a little bit more of a threat than people are giving them credit for. And I got to say, they won game 1. We're on that track. We are on that track. Kevin Durant was out. I don't know for how long. Maybe he'll be in game 2 or 3. I don't know. But they took him to town and they beat him. And LeBron James, I think it was another thing where he had 10 assists in the first quarter, first half, something ridiculous like that. And he's just maestro. He's just the captain right now.
I mean, everybody loves the Jordan versus LeBron conversation and whatever. And you hear all the time, I love bringing it up, Jordan on the Wizards, right? 3 years younger than LeBron is right now. Jordan on the Wizards. I get sports science has changed, medical science has changed, this, that, and the other thing. I get it. LeBron is still elite. Winning.
He's currently the first option on the Los Angeles Lakers.
The 4 seed in the West.
As a 41-year-old. So
I would like to add that to the list of things Michael Jordan never did.
Yeah.
He never won a playoff game at 41 years old. Yeah. He was never the best player on a team that won a playoff game at 40.
Arguably the best player on the court at that game. I mean, yes. 100%.
This is a team that if they get the boys back, they're going to be dangerous. You should be afraid of them. OKC should be afraid of them. This is still LeBron.
I think there's a chance especially with this first loss, that their whole momentum gets thrown off. And if Luka comes back, I don't even think it matters if KD's back. I think it gets scary for them. I think it's going to be tough for the Rockets. I don't think it's just going to be a walk in the park at all.
And here's the other thing. I don't love, like, the vibe around the Rockets is very off to me. And I think Ime Udoka is a great X's and O's coach. I'm not sure he's great with the locker room. Like, they had the whole falling out with the Celtics. He's not the most moral guy in the world, which is fine. He's a basketball coach, not a priest.
But the KD text thing, too, the leaks for KD probably just tanked the chemistry of the team. But I don't know. They're in the playoffs, so.
They're good because they're super talented. Mm-hmm. But I do kind of think, like, you're going to look around, and I think the crazy part of this is, like, we're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers as a team that's not distracted.
Right.
They're the team that's like, we're dialed in.
Yeah.
That's LeBron.
Yeah.
That's everybody looking towards one of the greatest players of all time and taking their cues. And so I really do believe they're going to beat Houston, and I think they're going to give Oklahoma City problems. I do.
Bro, could you imagine if there's a Knicks Celtics version, a version of that this year with the Lakers OKC? Could you imagine if the OKC, if they get exposed?
Connor, when's the break coming? Because we could be talking about Knicks Celtics. We could be talking about Cavs against Detroit, right? Which I think is going to be a dogfight of a series, even if it's not a rivalry.
Oh, that'll be war.
Right. OKC against LeBron with Luka coming back. And the main fucking event, my dude. Wemby versus Jokic, Denver versus San Antonio, second round series. This is so within our grasp. This is why I said to you earlier, this is going to be a generational playoffs for the NBA.
100%. Because look at what you have, too. LeBron James, maybe maybe not, but maybe the last year of his career, Victor Wembanyama at the ascent of whatever the fuck scary career he's about to have, 12 years of dominance, whatever empire he's about to create. I'm terrified. You know, Golden State was one thing. That's another. But this will be remembered as they were both in the same mix at the same fucking time. And his fucking son was there too. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's like when you go back and watch retro baseball stuff and you're like, Ken Griffey and his dad are homering in the same game. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it truly has the stuff to just be, I mean, unreal. I mean, is there a, you know, you could talk about 2011 maybe, but is there a playoff run in general recently that you could compare this to in terms of what kind of excitement you think could occur with this? What kind of crazy cinema we could be getting with this?
I think 2011 is actually a great call.
Yeah.
All right. Like, you think about what Dirk did in that playoffs. Like, why can't that be Jokic?
Right.
But then the flip side of that like, we, quite frankly, like, haven't seen, because, like, LeBron was on such bad Cavs teams. Like, we could see, like,
holy shit, he was.
2012 Kevin Durant OKC Thunder, right? Where they go all the way to the finals with Russ and Harden, and they're young. Like, that's a little bit shades of Wemby, right? Mm-hmm. But then on the other side of this, like the Celtics story is exciting. Like,
it is.
You're talking about a guy coming back way early from injury in Tatum, who could turn around and win the whole thing. There's no reason they can't win the whole thing.
I mean, he was. I think they also said it. He was like just. I think his performance as, you know, a player. Wow, they are whooping them right now. The Knicks are up 8 with 8 minutes, or what is that?
5 minutes left.
5 minutes left in the first quarter. Already off to a strong start, the Knicks. We've got the game on over to the side. But, Jason Tatum just looking really good coming back from injury. Probably playing better than anyone ever has coming back from injury of that type in a playoff setting.
The Achilles injury in basketball is one of the most devastating injuries in all sports.
Yeah.
You're thinking about a sport where your job is literally to run and jump. And they take the ligament that does that away from you.
Yeah.
Like, For him to come back like this is insane. Like, this injury destroyed Kobe Bryant's career.
Yeah.
Like, this is I mean, Kevin Durant was out for a entire season. He's one of the best basketball players of all time.
Yeah.
Like, this is truly incredible. And Jaylen Brown's playing the best basketball of his career. Joe Mazzulla's figured out how to coach. Like,
it's crazy over there.
This is a really, really good team.
They I'll tell you what, started the year really poorly, and it just completely stuck up on me that they are number 2. I mean, it's like, it just... Mazzulla knows what he's doing, and he's a madman, and I think it's a very exciting story.
Weapon mode? That he goes into weapon mode?
He's such a psycho.
And his kids are guillotining, choking people, like, in the house, and he had to tell them to not do that at school. Like, this guy is locked in on winning on a level that, like, he should be a football coach.
Yeah,
like, he really should be.
He likes violence. He's not in an aggressive enough sport. You can tell.
I don't know how he ended up in basketball, because, like, this guy loves fighting. He said that he's never felt more alive than going to WWE with Derek White, where guys are just beating each other up for fun.
Yeah,
that's his definition of alive. Like, this guy is ready to go.
Well, we have a lot to get to, so maybe we'll change topics here. Any final thoughts on the NBA playoffs, or our Knicks currently beating the Hawks in Game 2?
The Knicks are going to beat the Hawks. It's going to be exciting. They're going to probably play the Boston Celtics. That is going to be a war. I can't wait to talk about it. This NBA playoffs is must-see TV.
100%.
Even if you haven't watched one regular season game this year.
100%.
We do not get paid by the NBA. I am just a fan. I am telling you, as your friend, watch the NBA playoffs, because it is that good.
I always make sure to watch. Since I was in high school, I've always watched them, because it's just always exciting. That's how my dad is. He's just like, I don't follow it, but come playoffs, I always watch some basketball. We watched it together growing up. It's just good stuff. Let's move on here. Let's talk about a little bit of baseball, and then we'll shift over to some wrestling and maybe some hockey. So I think our top story from a baseball perspective is Yankee fans' Mets 11-game losing streak. It's hard to do that on purpose. Devin Williams blowing games. Boy, where have we seen that before? Soto's still on the IL. When's he coming back? I'm not sure. I think it's probably later this month. And then Lindor and Bo Bichette both still struggling. The whole team kind of struggling. Not a fun time to be a Mets fan. Probably not a fun time to be Juan Soto either. Yes, we're petty, but we're not going to forget that as Yankees fans. We're going to laugh every time the Mets struggle, because he just it's a Mets town. You know, all these comments are coming back, and they are not aging well. Talk about it, Billy.
Here's the comment that comes back to me. It's not Juan Soto, who, you know, at the end of the day, Juan Soto is a player who signed a big deal for.
That's right. 100%.
I don't blame him for that. And, you know, he is a generational talent who deserves all the money in the world and taking the biggest deal. I don't blame him for that. Steve Cohen, a billionaire, bought the team and said, if we don't win a World Series in 5 years, I'll be pretty disappointed. We're in year 6. Connor, you know how many teams have won the World Series with a 10-game losing streak during the regular season?
How many?
0. 0. The dream is almost over before it started. The Bo Bichette struggles are tough. I don't think he's that bad a player.
No.
But it's tough. The guy who I'm genuinely concerned about is Freddie Peralta, who's in a contract year and looks terrible. Kodai Senga looks like a one-season wonder.
Oh, they're joking about DFAing him.
Like, the problems with the Mets are not hitting. Like, that will come around. Like, I don't believe Francisco Lindor is going to hit 600 OPS.
Right.
I'm not a huge believer in Brett Beatty or Vientos, but I don't think they'll be that bad moving forward. Like, I do think this lineup is going to be okay. I think they have humongous problems at
from a
pitching.
From a pitching perspective, yeah.
Humongous.
Because it's what is it? Peralta, it's McLean. I don't even know really their starting five.
Clay Holmes has been good for them.
Clay Holmes.
But like, is Jonah Tong going to save your season?
Right.
Like, is that you're going to hinge your like you're going to go into playoff series with Peralta, Holmes, and two guys who are virtually rookies,
and fucking Devin Williams and Luke Weaver in your bullpen, who are landmines. Like that wasn't that was very clearly not Yankees jitters. That was you. That was just who Devin Williams was. The entire Yankees fan base knew that was who Devin Williams was, because you don't go through stretches like that without that's who you are. That's who you are. Like, he was looking good late last season. He had his moments in the playoffs, and it was like, wow, that's the Devin Williams.
Williams is great when you pick his lanes. Right. He's great as an eighth inning guy when you can say, all right, he's going to face guys who can't hit the slider. He is not the shutdown ace reliever that he has been billed as and that he was in Milwaukee. And like, Mets fans know this because they know that Pete Alonso broke him. They watched it happen.
They did. That's such a good point. Oh my God.
Like, this is so...
Who is now heating up on the O's, by the way, Pete Alonso.
If this doesn't get drastically better, I mean drastically better for the Mets, this is such a disaster. Like, if this team does not win a playoff series and probably advance to the LCS, David Stern should be fired.
I mean, this is genuinely worse than I think Yankees fans were even praying it to be.
You are talking about a team that spent $700 million in the past 2 years. $700 million on payroll.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, anyone would be fired. Anyone. Like, Brian Cashman doesn't miss the playoffs.
Right.
It very rarely happens. The Yankees haven't had a losing record in 33 years.
Yeah.
Like, the way the Mets are set up right now, like, I thought they would be good. Like, very genuinely thought they would be a good team. And like, this is...
I was actually excited by the talent they were bringing over. Bichette, I was even morbidly excited to see how Williams and Weaver would play out. Maybe they're locked down over there.
I thought the Freddie Peralta trade was great.
Yeah, I was excited by that too.
I genuinely thought this was going to be a very, very good team. And sure, there's a lot of time to turn this around. I think they're a playoff team. I really do.
Do you think they were really banking on like Bellinger or Tucker? Do you think they were like, that really threw them off? And they got Bichette as like or were they always hoping for Bichette? Or was Bichette like a consolidation?
I think there's weird decisions.
Consolation, I mean, prize.
I think there's weird decisions. I think the Semien trade is really bizarre. It clearly a guy on the decline.
Explain the Alonso trade to me. What does that make sense?
Agency.
Oh, right. It wasn't a trade. I don't know why I thought that.
So, I mean...
But surely he could have...
They didn't want to pay him.
Why? Why?
Aging right-handed first baseman. That's their thinking. Like, it's very much like, to me, they do cute shit. David Stern's just cute shit. That's great when you're in Milwaukee.
Right.
Find the hidden gems, whatever. You're in fucking New York.
Yeah, cut the check.
Cut the check.
Take him off the bench. Like, I don't give a shit. It's Pete Alonso. He's got the most home runs out of any active player since like the pandemic. I mean, guys can hit bombs for you.
Here's the bigger thing. And like, anyone who is listening to this should go listen to Don LaGreca has a very famous rant about Ed Kranepool.
Yeah.
Ed Kranepool is an old-timey Met. The Mets don't have a guy who is a true bona fide Hall of Famer who came up with the Mets and played with the Mets the entire time. Tom Seaver left.
Yeah,
Jose Reyes left.
Keith Hernandez.
David Wright got injured. Keith Hernandez is a borderline guy. Pete Alonso could have been that guy. Mm-hmm. And the fact that the Mets didn't see that and didn't see, like, let's overpay him and let's eat it in the last, say, 3 years of a 5-year deal to pay for these 2 years of prime Pete Alonso, and he's our guy, and that number gets retired, and that's our first baseman forever, says everything you need to know about David Stearns, because I like, as an analytics guy, I like that he's not personal or emotional about these decisions. But at the end of the day, you don't have Derek Jeter. You don't have 30 retired numbers. You don't have a dynasty or multiple dynasties that fans can talk about.
So why isn't Lindor that for them? Why?
Because he started in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
He started in Cleveland. Pete Alonso was a Met. He started with the Mets.
Right.
He came up with the Mets. He was with the Mets when the Wilpons owned them. Like, he should still be a Met.
Yeah, that's so brutal.
It's brutal.
So brutal.
Like, can you imagine if Aaron Judge turns, I don't know, 34?
It'd be like if he went to the Giants, but this year,
the Giants next year.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It would be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they did this, but they did it, and here we are. And now you've lost 11 in a row after your owner said it's 6 years ago you're going to win a World Series.
It's just compiling bad karma and bad vibes. Just the losing streak, the very obvious, like, whatever's going on in the clubhouse and in the locker room over there. I don't know, with Lindor and Soto, maybe that's worked out. You know, and then all the turnover with the new players, it's just got to be a mess. And then honestly, at the end of the day, you walk into a fucking ball club and it says the Mets on your uniform. How confident can you be? I mean, genuinely, it's like playing for the Jets. How confident can you be? You're cursed. You're cursed in the sport that relies on magic the most. I mean, my God.
I'm wearing a Knicks hat and Knicks shirt, and, like, I love the New York Knicks, and, like, this is it's the same story where you have to win.
Right.
If you don't win, you are a meme. You are a joke.
Right.
Like, that's what they're coming into, and they're a joke that costs $100 million more a year than they did when Steve Cohen took them over, and that's beyond embarrassing. So, like, I do think they'll get better. I really do think they'll make the playoffs, but this has been a brutal stretch for them. They're not hitting. They're not pitching well. There's, like, long-term problems that are coming home to roost. It's a problem. And then on the flip side of things, which I think you're going to get into next, the Yankees turn around and sweep the Royals and kind of look back.
That's the thing, is you kind of have both New York teams with a 5-game losing streak, and then you see that fork in the road of, like, where it can go, good or bad. I'll get into the Yankees more, but mentioning sort of rough stretches, the Dodgers, Edwin Diaz out till second half for elbow surgery. That's pretty fucking brutal. They just got him, so that's going to be a little tough for the Dodgers. Also losing a series to the Rockies, I'm pretty sure, if I read that correctly.
Beat badly.
By the old high altitude Rockies over there. The Rockies even showing them a little trolling them a little bit, because I think their pitcher was talking about, you know, some of their hitting's quote unquote a little fishy, and so they're doing fishing, on base celebrations, fishing line celebrations, emoting. I'm telling you, man. We'll get into the Yankees now, because that's basically all the story is Edwin Diaz is out. I don't know how that affects the Dodgers' very deep pitching staff, but anything can happen on Halloween, my friend. I mean, it's a crazy year. The Yankees, like you said, are doing a lot of this. I mean, progressively, if you've really been paying attention to the New York Yankees, if you watch from when I started, which is genuinely the beginning of the 2024 season, is when I became obsessed with baseball, and shortly thereafter, pretty much all sports. But if you watch from then until now, you have watched a team slowly adjust itself. You have watched a team slowly adapt and listen quietly, very quietly and stoically listen to the problems that are actually at play. I know the offseason was very quiet, but I'm telling you, that offseason in 2025, getting Bellinger and then now locking him down, that deadline we had when you and I had only known each other for about a couple weeks, was huge. Caballero still paying off dividend. I mean, some of these
Ahmed Rosario,
huge. And when he came over, Maxwell, shout out Maxwell, was like, he was on the Dodgers for 5 minutes, didn't do shit for us. He is acting like he is he's like the life of the party on the team. Him, Caballero, the aggressiveness. Now it is our sons, the Kansas City Royals. You know, we're playing with our sons in our backyard. You know, but at the same time, the baseball you're watching from the Yankees right now is fantastic. Big story is Ben Rice right now. I mean, you want to talk about a guy.
My guy, Benjamin Aros.
I mean, you want to talk about a guy. That guy hitting up and in fastballs, four-seamers, up and in off lefties, putting them in the short porch. That's the kind of practice, those are the kind of reps you want to see from him. If he unlocks a lefty split, that guy might be third in the line. I mean, that guy might be the best player on the team as of right now.
I believe Ben Rice is the number one OPS in baseball.
Yes.
As we start this podcast tonight. I believe Ben Rice is also a top 5 OPS in baseball against left-handed pitching.
Which is crazy.
That's his weakness.
Yes.
We are looking at a guy who is, I mean, him and Schlittler are guys who were unheralded prospects who have really come into their own with this team. I thought the games against Kansas City were really impressive. Like, we lit up Michael Wacha. Nobody's done that all year.
He adjusted to a changeup, or it was either him or someone took Michael Wacha into the seats. I think it was Ben Rice, and yeah, it was that changeup he just didn't drop enough, and Ben Rice punished him for that mistake. That was electric. Yeah, that was exciting stuff.
They're
not bums, the Royals. I mean, they're not total slouches. Yeah.
I'm excited about this team. I think I said it to you at the beginning of the year, but like, I think the Dodgers are vulnerable because I think with the Dodgers,
how do you keep it up? Three-peat, you know?
Like, injuries happen. It's baseball. This is the most unnatural game we have. You're whipping limbs in ways that they are not meant to be whipped.
You're literally breaking your tendons. Like, it's crazy.
And so, like,
your ligaments.
It's going to come to get you eventually. It's not going to come get the Dodgers for 5 years. It'll get them for a year. Mm-hmm. But, like, that's possible. I was like, The Mets have a lot of question marks. The Blue Jays, I literally said to you, I don't think they're going to be that good. They haven't looked that good.
Oh, they're not good right now at all.
Right.
Like, which is so satisfying, by the way.
There is a lane here for the Yankees, and we're talking about mid-April. I'm not saying that this is done and dusted and they're going to do things, but like, for all the complaints about the lineup, all the complaints about the pitching, you're talking about a team that's going to add Garrett Cole and Carlos Rodon over the next month here.
Yeah, I'm really not panicked.
A team that is doing back on as a lineup. It's going to warm up. Guess who's going to get better when it warms up? Jazz Chisholm.
Well, and everybody. But yes.
Giancarlo Stanton's going to get better. Like, these are players that are going to warm up and get better.
Giancarlo Stanton, you could literally trace his launch angle over the course of the season, and it just takes a month and a half for it to get over the wall. But every time he hits the ball, it's hard enough to leave. He just lasers it too hard because he just swings from so fucking far back, and his bat speed is just so insane. Yeah, let's talk about another guy too. I mean, you want to talk about guys who can make a big impact. Cam Schlittler, you got Ben Rice, but also Ryan Weathers sometimes looking real fucking good. I don't think people are talking about Ryan Weathers enough. I want to say what was it like? I mean, the game we lost for him, he had like 10 strikeouts.
Was that the game?
Yeah.
10 strikeouts, and they lost, and he gave up 4 or 5 home runs, but like, he made 4 or 5 bad pitches. Yeah,
no, that's all it was. Yeah, I think he held it down for like 8 innings after it was.
And this is exactly the type of guy that we take and we make into a legitimate Major League Baseball starter or a legitimate reliever where he has swing and miss stuff. He has high 90s fastballs. He has nice breaking stuff. Like
and when he's on, he's got that control too. He's got the location.
And I think it's going to get better over the course of the season. Like, I think this was a masterstroke by Cashman to go get him.
And where's he from? Miami? Yeah, that's right. It's always Miami. Yeah, man. I think the way he's been, I just didn't know what to make of him. But I mean, like, the guy was throwing 100 in spring training. I mean, like,
two guys who I am really impressed that we got that were not big money or big, celebration type acquisitions, but Ryan Weathers and Hedrick. Hedrick is a legitimate, good 6-inning guy who can turn around and get you strikeouts, get you outs in big spots. He's not afraid of it. He fits perfectly into kind of the profile of our bullpen. And like, you go get those guys. Like, that's how championships are made. This is not like, it's not all superstars. It's not all big money guys. It's sometimes who you guys get off the scrap heap. And we have two guys who I'm really excited about moving forward.
Yeah, you really never know. And yeah, the impact, like you said, with Ahmed Rosario, that guy could fuck around and be a huge player this season. I mean, it might be a flash in the pan, but we're still in that flash. I mean, he's still a home run level threat. I mean, when he got that, and also another thing you got to talk about in general, the Yankees are kind of forming a sort of a clutch comeback identity. I mean, they've come back from a couple. I think it was like, I want to say it was. I heard a stat on the radio. It was something like in 2024 they had like 5 total games where they came back in the 9th inning, and like, we've already done that, and it's fucking April 20th. So it's like, dude, that's a championship. A Yankees team that can play in the postseason and be clutch. I mean, dude, the most electric this core has looked was game 2 of that wild card series against Boston, where I was there in person. Now, of course, it's because I was there. But I mean, like, they were not going to fucking lose to the Sox in Yankee Stadium. That was just not going to happen. And they just, dude, they were relentless. They were just relentless, and they were clutch. And I just think they got a lot of a noise that they want to shut up. Like, I think that, this is the fucking Yankees. They want to stick it in everyone's face. They want to show that it's not a fucking Mets town, that you're fucking out of your mind for leaving the Yankee. I mean, you want to talk about it. 26-year-old generational right-hander in the 2-hole in front of Judge. You're getting every pitch on earth. And you went to the World Series the first year. I mean, it is, a child could read it and tell you that was a bad decision. But yeah, it is very exciting what the Yankees are forming into. Let's talk also quickly this week. We got a couple interesting things coming up for the Yankees. You've got a Fenway series coming up. It's Schlittler's first Fenway game. We know that Cam Schlitter talking a lot of smack online to the Red Sox fans because of how he absolutely shut them down in Game 3 of that previously mentioned series.
He's a Mass guy. He's in Massachusetts.
Right. Which burns a little bit harder. You also got the maybe tryout competition happening for the shortstop position in Caballero and Volpe. I'll tell you, Billy, this is you want to hear my big delusion?
Sure.
You want to hear my big delusion?
Yes, always.
Number 11s make a big year for New York. Can you imagine that? You got number 11 on the Knicks, and you got number 11 on the Yankees. Can you imagine if that Volpe, that high draft pick that we were, that the true Volpster, this time off brings him back, and that Volpe who hit the grand slam in the World Series, we get that Volpe back? Everyone's mired in this, we're cursed, Boone's a terrible manager, they're never getting rid of Volpe. These guys have been running this team for 20 years. They wouldn't put in that much hope on a player unless they're absolutely batshit out of them. They wouldn't let a player slump that hard, have a nearly broken shoulder, and play through the season. They wouldn't put him through all those reps for no reason. My crazy prediction, Anthony Volpe comes back and is improved or improves. And I think there's a chance that if he truly improves, having Caballero coming off the bench or as a pinch runner, as whatever, but having him still in the toolkit, having two shortstops that are making impact, that could be huge. That could be huge.
I agree with you. I think his struggles at the end of last season were a lot injury related. I think competition is good for him. And I agree
100%.
He was a blue chip prospect. He was a blue chip prospect around the league. That doesn't happen by accident.
Right.
And so I really do believe that like he is going to come back and he's going to have an impact. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. There's a high chance he comes back and gets another 660 OPS season and we're idiots. But
I still believe in Anthony Volpe, but like this is kind of last chance saloon for him because I don't know, you've seen these clips. George Lombard is coming.
Yeah. Oh, is he? Talk about that Zach Wheeler homer he got the other day. I mean,
this guy
he's timed up.
Freaking play.
Yeah.
And so like Volpe has a couple years, not even. I think he basically has this season to prove that like he is a middle infielder for the New York Yankees.
100%.
And so I do think that's going to be motivating. I think it's going to mean a lot for how he plays this season.
In that scenario, let's say Volpe turns out to be this like you would never in a million. Let's say he turns into let's be psychotic. You want to be psychotic for a second? Let's say he turns into like a 280, 290 hitter. He is there finally. What do you do with George Lombard? Do you try to show him third base? Do you try to show him second base? Or what do you do there? I mean,
I think you move Volpe.
You move Volpe to second.
Yeah. That would be the play to me, but George Lombard's 19, 20 years old? Like we're okay on that one.
Yeah, that's actually great. I didn't know he was that young.
Yeah, he's that young. So like to me, like
and he's like taller than Volpe, I think, too. He's got some length,
If Volpe comes out and does it, and like that's great, and we'll kind of lock in for that. But like, Lombard, I think does have it. Like he should not come to the majors this year.
I will say not a lot of people talk about it, but after that All-Star break, after the All-Star break last season, Volpe for like 20, 30 days had like the most homers in the league. And I think it was when they gave him the shot in his fucking shoulder. Yeah. So it's like if he can come back and really, I don't know, just improve, I just don't.
I'm not out. I'm not selling.
He's got one more season. Am I looking forward to like his glove? No, but I'm also thinking like you were lying to us about how healthy he was for an entire season. So now I don't know what to think. But then again, his career, batting average is low, his OPS is low, but also this is the first 2 seasons of his career and he won a Golden Glove. So it's like, you got to give him a little bit more time. Let's talk about one more just freak. You want to talk about freaks, dominant freaks right now? Mason Miller. Fucking disgusting.
And not for nothing, like everybody was, this is such a hot take, but everyone was so all over the trumpets deal, which fine, like it was fun, but like it wasn't this like great entrance that everyone made it out to be, in my opinion.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
The 100%. Mason Miller, it's System of a Down, right?
It's Blind by Korn.
Korn.
Yeah.
Korn. Oh.
So good. One of the best ever.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
Like, it is so disorienting.
That's the Enter Sandman for like the new generation.
It is scary.
Yeah.
Like, it is terrifying watch him come in.
And they've just named him the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Now. His name, I didn't even know that's his nickname, but just the fucking Grim Reaper.
Bro,
love it.
Such a big fan. And a guy who was obviously, they gave up a lot to go get. And
it's panning out. It's panning out.
And that division is filthy.
Dude, and I'll tell you what, I feel like I see a fun Padres clip every fucking 2 days. I'm seeing them walk off a game or some crazy Mason Miller outing. I mean, like, dude, like, these guys in the batter's box with Mason Miller, they're seeing breaking balls and they think 100's coming at their head. These guys are falling over. I mean,
Yeah, it's terrifying.
they have no idea.
He's the scariest reliever to face.
100 because he can locate 100 every night. Yeah, I don't see that guy slowing down, frankly. I mean, I when a guy's on fire like that, it's like, how do you stop a guy who's just dialed like that?
Again, if he stays healthy, best reliever in baseball.
Yeah.
That's it.
Crazy. All right, we haven't talked about a couple big things. I will say the one big thing, huge, and we're getting into football territory now, the Dexter Lawrence trade for the New York Giants. The New York Giants now possess the number 5 and number 10 draft picks. And who do you think they are going for with those picks, Billy? If you had to guess.
I think 5 is going to be Sonny Styles, the linebacker out of Ohio State. He has unbelievable measurables. He has unbelievable closing speed. I think he's like a true game changer at outside linebacker. I loved this trade. I thought they got incredible value in a situation where they had no leverage. I think Dexter Lawrence probably has 1 or 2 more years kind of at the top of his game. I think Cincinnati's going to overpay for him, quite frankly. And I think at 10, I think the Giants are going to take Caleb Downs, the safety out of Ohio State. And I think you have 2 guys who could make an immediate impact in the NFL on day 1 that could come to the Giants. But here's the reality. You have 5 and 10, and you have John Harbaugh.
That's like, huge.
It's huge. Like, this is game-changing for the Giants, and the opportunity to take a absolute blue-chip talent, a guy who was a great soldier for the Giants when they were terrible, and who's been an all-pro for them, and I've loved watching him play football. And at this point in the Giants, I'd rather have the 10 pick than Dexter Lawrence. And so I love this trade. I'm really excited for the NFL draft. I think once we get past Fernando Mendoza at 1, I don't think anyone can be certain as of who's going to get picked. I think there's going to be a lot of movement. I think there's going to be a lot of trades. I think there's going to be a lot of teams who take game-changing players, and I'm excited for it. And, like, I wasn't excited for last year's NFL draft. I wasn't. Like, it was fun. The Giants got good players, clearly. Like, you know, Abdul Carter was awesome. Jackson Dart is awesome. But, like, it was all kind of expected. This year, so much more wide open.
Yeah.
Such a deeper draft. And to then go and turn around and get a 10 pick. I mean, a 10 pick in this draft, to me, is like a top 5 pick in last year's draft. It's that deep of a draft. And so...
who was that running back that people you were mentioning he's being like compared?
Jeremiah Love. I think he's the best running back prospect since Saquon Barkley.
Wow.
From Notre Dame. I mean, you can watch entire YouTube compilations of his hurdles. They're unbelievable. He's that athletic. He's that good. I think he's going to be a Tennessee Titan. I just think this is a really fun draft. I really do. You have just guys up and down the draft board. You have 3. I mean, Avril Reese is questionably, you know, an edge, outside linebacker, whatever. But Avril Reese, David Bailey, and Reuben Bain are as good a pass rushing class as we may have ever seen in the history of the NFL.
Wow.
And I'm so excited for those guys to come out, to get teams to, you know, really start to solidify what this NFL season is going to look like, because I think we are due for a changing of the guard. And I think the Giants could be a part of that, especially with making this move. Like, you're now putting together 2 years worth of drafts that are like really young, brilliant talent. That is really exciting.
Yeah, 100%. And it was kind of crazy, you know, just like thinking about, you know, like the Bills playoff run last year. And it's like some of these teams, they've kind of gotten their chances. You know what I mean? Like, they've had their runs. They've had their opportunities to go to the Super Bowl, to win a championship. The Chiefs are looking like they are fading a bit, you know. I mean, I'm sure they're still going to be very good, but you know, it's just not the same as it was, The Patriots are going to be part of that new wave, I'm sure. It is going to be interesting. There's, there might be a Super Bowl where it's Giants Patriots again. In fact, I think there's probably a strong likelihood that in the next 5 to 10 years or less that is a case.
You have 3 teams on the AFC side of things in Kansas City, Baltimore, and Buffalo that have dominated every storyline for the past at least 5 years, if not longer. Right? That's probably coming to an end in the next 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
That's going to change. Right. And then on the NFC side, you had a guy who people had left for dead, Sam Darnold.
Right.
He was a backup who is your reigning Super Bowl champion, who carried Seattle, right? You have a Rams team that's very, very good still.
Yeah.
You have a Bears team with Caleb Williams that...
Oh, I love the Bears, man. I love Caleb Williams football.
Great. This team is great. I
love watching dude. Those were some of them over Christmas, over the holidays. Some of those playoff games with Caleb Williams, it was just the best.
The Patriots are going to get AJ Brown.
Yeah,
it's going to happen. Philly's on its way out too. This is coming to an end.
Yeah,
like Jaden Daniels going to be back and healthy in Washington.
Yeah, that's a huge factor because he was just lights out the first year.
Detroit is nasty.
Yeah.
Minnesota could be nasty.
Yeah.
Like, this is exciting. There's going to be a changing of the guard. I'm really, really, I'm going to be dialed in on the draft because I think there is going to be things that happen in this draft that affect the NFL for the next 5 years.
100%. Any final thoughts on the NFL? I figure I'd maybe ask you about WrestleMania 42, which I gotta say, I have fallen off wrestling. I haven't been paying attention, so I'm really excited to hear kind of what happened. What are the big, stories, the big takeaways? Did you watch it? Did you watch all of it? Did you watch both days?
Both days.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Both days. I'm a huge pro wrestling fan. You know this.
Yeah.
Saturday night was the worst night of WrestleMania that I have ever seen in my life. I was not dialed in for WrestleMania 2, which I've heard is bad.
Right.
Of the modern era, by far the worst night I've seen. I mean,
wow.
What they did to the women on this card was despicable, where these women just got no time. Their matches got no love. It was terrible. Sunday night was a good night of WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. Obafemi is the best athlete WWE has ever had. Period. Full stop.
Wow.
Brock Lesnar is the biggest box office attraction since Andre the Giant. They went head to head, and then Brock retired.
Yeah, I saw that.
Epic. Just an epic, unscripted moment. And how you know is when a wrestler does this, it means something off script is happening that is real.
Whoa.
And so he looked at Paul Heyman, who said, "Are you really retiring?" And Brock did this, which is, "I'm going off script and I'm retiring." That's real. That happened.
That wasn't planned, Billy?
No, that was not planned.
Wow. That's why Paul Heyman was crying his eyes out. Whoa, man. Well, that's what they did when fucking what's his name? Jeff Hardy was drunk.
Yeah.
They had to go like this, yo, he's fucked. Wow.
Right?
Wow.
CM Punk, a legendary Hall of Fame wrestler, main events WrestleMania for the first time.
Yeah.
Right? And loses to the tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Right.
Who comes out and says, "Y'all gonna see me all summer.
Wow.
I'm not gonna be part-time. I'm gonna be all summer." Those moments brought me back into wrestling in a way I haven't been in a few years. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley, A+ match. Jade Cargill has really improved as a wrestler. Really improved and has the look. Married to Brandon Phillips, former Cincinnati Red. But night 2 of WrestleMania, the more I think about it, the more I look at it, it's exciting. It's fun. It's going to shape the next few months of WWE. And I think, Connor, maybe, a couple minutes every week, just give you a quick update on pro wrestling because
I'd love to.
It's very fun, and the athletes involved at this point in the WWE are beyond what we've ever seen before.
Yes.
So
100%.
That second night was very, very exciting. That first night was abysmal. And your main event, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. I mean, Cody gets an orbital injury for basically nothing.
Wait, does he really?
Oh, yeah. His eye is messed up.
Oh, no.
And Randy and Pat McAfee,
and Liv Morgan had a bump this fucking big. There's some injuries happening recently. Jesus.
So I am really excited to see what they do with this next young prop of WWE superstars because you have guys like Braun Breaker and Trick Williams and Obafemi who are ready for the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see the most athletic era of WWE that we have ever seen.
What do you think of this new, the Triple H Netflix kind of era? How is that going? I mean, because it's kind of hot and cold. You're saying the Saturday night total letdown. Sunday night was ecstatic. Some people like it. Some people think he's doing a great job. Some people are like, And then they got the whole behind the scenes show that they're doing now. He's very clearly an aggressive businessman. He's kind of the new McMahon. He's married to his daughter. It's kind of what's the vibe there with all of that? How do you think they're doing in terms of, the product?
There's no new Vince. I want to be very clear.
Yeah.
New Vince.
Yeah. Of course.
I think for me, and maybe this is me being a more educated wrestling viewer,
Mm-hmm.
but you can tell stuff that he books and that he's really the driving force behind versus the stuff that the Hollywood folks get involved in. And I think the reality that they're coming to terms with is pro wrestling is not celebrity based.
No.
It's not Hollywood based.
It's fan based.
Your little speed moment or Logan Paul or whatever.
Right.
But you still need to give the fans Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar.
Right.
You still need to give the fans Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill or Io Sky being involved. Your true wrestler, in this little bubble, you need to give them that. And so when they let Triple H cook and they let him really book his guys and book people who are actually good, actually talented, professional wrestlers who understand the history, respect the craft, have worked on it. It works.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk versus Roman Reigns worked on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton didn't because he had Hollywood involvement on it from minute one.
Right.
And when you have those guys who are great at booking movies and television shows and Netflix specials involved in this, it's bad.
Right.
The other thing is there is a limit to the amount of sponsorship we as fans are willing.
Oh my God. And it bled into the baseball season. We don't need the thing from fucking Addams Family to throw out the first pitch. We don't need these random fucking things that have nothing to do with wrestling or nothing to do with baseball. If it's tangentially related, if you want to have the announcers say something, that's fine. But this thing where you've cummed all over the presentation of the broadcast with your nonsense.
I don't want to watch infomercials.
No.
I don't. I want to watch wrestling.
And we don't give a fuck about Netflix. We're not happy for you, Netflix. We don't care.
But
you're just another owner.
Realize is I am a smart viewer and an informed viewer who has a wallet. And I do remember these sponsors and I will avoid them because they ruined WrestleMania for me.
Right.
If you think I'll ever eat a drumstick again, I will not. Those drumstick ice cream.
Were they everywhere?
They cut away from John Cena's last WrestleMania match against Cody Rhodes to show the reaction of a drumstick mascot. And I said, I'll never touch that again because you ruined a moment for me.
It's unreal.
And I don't understand how these maybe they don't care, but That is my message. The bigwigs in Hollywood who control a lot of this, right? Don't do that. You're hurting your advertisers. If you're an advertiser, don't let them do that. Because I want to support you when you support things that I like. If you ruin things that I like, I will remember that forever.
Exactly. I'll tell you who's having the best sponsorship moment of the entire year is T-Mobile with that ABS system. They get shouted out 5 times a game, and it seems like every MLB broadcast, it's T-Mobile every time. That's got to be one of the highest exposure, ad deals ever. Like, I don't think, did the MLB even know how often T-Mobile is going to be mentioned? It's like ridiculous. It's hilarious.
It is hilarious. I actually love when stuff like that works out because you get so much free exposure. It's great for them.
Mm-hmm. So funny. Just to round things out, our kind of final topic of discussion here, we're going to go over into Hockey Land. Sorry, hockey fans, for waiting until the end of the show to talk about your sport of preference, but very, very exciting NHL playoffs on the way. This is where my knowledge virtually disappears. We're gonna have to get my best friend Tony Harrop on the show. He is a diehard hockey fan, diehard Blues fan. This guy eats, sleeps, drinks hockey, watches hockey content on YouTube, analyses, things like that. But from where you're sitting, what's it look like? What can we expect? And what do we have to look forward to for this NHL playoffs?
I think the beauty of hockey, right, is the unpredictability, right? Like, that's the difference. Like, we can look at the NBA playoffs and, like, we relatively know that it's going to be a top probably 2 or 3 seed.
Right.
That's going to make the finals. Hockey could be anyone. I mean, the best regular season hockey team of all time, the Boston Bruins, lost in the first round, right? Wow. Like, so we've seen it. And so for me with hockey, like, I love stories and storylines. And so that's what I'm watching. Couple things I want to highlight for you. The Buffalo Sabres. Back in the playoffs. I believe it's something like 5,000 days or something crazy. It's crazy how long it's been. Those people, they won game 1 against Boston. Those people are ready to go. You like Bills fan content? Wait till you see Sabres fan content. It is so good.
Yeah.
It is so good.
That's
Here's another one. Battle of Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, the Flyers, are playing the Pittsburgh Penguins in the first round of the playoffs.
Whoa, that is intense.
No, it's in Pennsylvania. The entire thing's going to take place in Pennsylvania. Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin. Are they on the end of their career?
Sidney Crosby's still a player?
Oh, yeah.
That dude was huge when I was in grade school.
The LeBron of hockey.
Yeah, what the hell?
We're back, baby. And we're playing our cross-state rival. These people hate each other.
That's nuts.
The Flyers won game 1. They're the underdog. This is money.
Yeah.
Out west, the Stars, the Vegas Golden Knights, the Colorado Avalanche. These are the best rosters in hockey.
Wow.
They're going head-to-head, baby. They're going soup to nuts, let's go.
Right.
The best player in hockey, also out there, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Edmonton Oilers.
Who almost did it. Yeah, who almost did it last year, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it was a silver medalist this year, and the clutch conversations, can he win the big one? They continue.
Yeah.
This is tasty. Yeah. Hockey is tasty.
Yeah, it is.
They got big storylines coming out of this. Very exciting. It's going to be fun. Here's the best part. Hockey fans are insane.
It's true.
They're so crazy. And they're going to go nuts for these games. And we're going to get to watch all of it.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
You're gonna have to link me, tap me into the Sabres fan base and some of these crazy hockey fans.
Thompson, UConn Husky, 6'5", 2 goals in game 1, Olympic hero. Wow. This guy is a problem. It's gonna be electric.
Yeah.
It is gonna be electric.
I can't wait. And when do so who's playing? What are the matchups that are currently playing right now?
Buffalo, Boston, Philly, Pittsburgh. Dallas has got. Oh man, I'm forgetting. Now
That's
I'm
okay.
blanking on it.
But
okay. It's the same nights as
we'll throw up a graphic right now.
Same nights as the NBA. Playoff hockey is one of the most unpredictable sports we have. We're coming off the Olympic gold medal. Dallas has Minnesota. You want to talk about? I mean, this is something I frequently say about hockey. If you have 4 sports teams, it's very rare that hockey is in the top 2. In Minnesota, it's in the top 2.
Wow.
They traded for Quinn Hughes, Olympic hero, brother of Jack Hughes, gold medal game-winning goal scorer. He's going to be playing against Dallas. Dallas is probably the most talented roster in the playoffs. This is so much fun. You have Montreal against Tampa Bay, the new age friggin' Stanley Cup champions against the Yankees of hockey, the Canadiens.
Right.
This is so much fun. The storylines we have in this opening round of hockey. And I can't wait for this to develop because we're coming off hockey's biggest moment in years.
Huge.
Years. What are the Canadians going to do about it?
Right. And what's so funny about that hockey moment is it completely overshadowed the World Baseball Classic. Completely overshadowed it because they didn't get the job done. So we're going to just try and forget about that, basically. So funny. But, well, geez, we've been around the world. We've been around the horn here. I don't think there's a single sport on earth that we haven't, we haven't got into soccer, but we might have to, that might be a whole episode when it comes to you. Folks, really appreciate you watching. This is episode 2. We are really just kind of like kicking our feet and just getting this thing moving. If you have any we know what we're doing over here. I mean, there's not an accident. It looks like this, sounds like this. But if you have any suggestions, any topics, any questions, really anything at all, anything you'd want to see, anything you'd like us to do differently, anything, contact at imightKnowBall.com is going to be the email address for you. We'd love for you to reach out, as well as, you can comment under the Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube. We'll see it. Yeah, man, really appreciate it. If you've been watching all the way until the end, it's I Might Know Ball because I'm kind of a newer sports kind of addict, and Billy's a long-time ball expert, if you don't know that by watching the whole episode now. So it is this thing where we're trying to kind of take fanaticism and sort of like a general, accessible, approachable perspective on sports and combine them together. And it's really just because Billy and I are friends, and it's just a beautiful thing. So we appreciate you watching, listening. Please share it. We are trying to get eyeballs on this. We want people to see this. I believe in this. I believe in Billy. I believe in myself. And I believe in our New York Knicks, who are only up by 1 with 3 minutes left to go up by 2 with 3 minutes to go in the first half, but we're going to let that develop. Billy, any final thoughts? Really appreciate you coming on for another amazing episode.
15 more wins, Connor. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye-bye.